Welcome to the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast, the podcast where we make 5-minute decisions that can change your business, your relationships, and your life. Hey everyone, this is Dean Soto, founder of freedomin5minutes.com and prosulum.com. And we are here again for another Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast. Today's topic is just ship it. That and more coming up. All right. Woo. Cool. So I am off to do some finishing touches on some chicken coop stuff. We're actually able to get chickens now. It is fully done. Chicken coop profits, especially for my friends who knew how long this freaking chicken coop was going to take. Holy moly. It's only been a year to build this dang thing, but it can hold up to 20 darn chickens. It's going to be pretty dang awesome. Anyway, just ship it. So I had a cool conversation with the person who is writing my book, and how would you say that? Marissa and my book. Anyway, I think that's how the correct grammar goes with that. Anyway, you can correct me however you want to do that. If you want to do it on YouTube, or go to finish&nbsp.com and get your secret podcast episodes and join our community and tell me how bad my grammar is. Either way, so back to the story. Really cool story of what she does. In fact, she's going to be in the book itself. I'll give you a little tidbit about how she came about to be doing what she does. All right, so her name is Tara, and she was a student of mine in another business that I have called the Online Empire Academy, where I was, at least at the time, I don't think I'm going to end up moving forward and keeping on going with it, just because it's just not my passion, and it might still be there, but basically I was teaching people how to drop ship on Amazon. She was one of the students who purchased my course, which was called Dream Drop Shipping. Sells for about anywhere between $6.97 to $9.97, depending on if there's a special going on. And it was cool because she literally had every excuse in the book to not succeed. I believe she has 8 kids, so she's beating me. She has some kids who I believe are special needs. Tara, if I'm wrong and if I'm killing your story, I apologize, or if I'm saying anything wrong, you can always correct me and so on. But she's a stay-at-home mom and homeschools, does all of this stuff. And when she took the course, anything that could go wrong was going wrong. And a lot of people who I have been selling this thing for just about 3 years now, and a lot of people quit really quickly, like within the first week. If they don't see results, if they don't see something happening within the first week, they're like, oh my gosh, this is just not right for me. This isn't going to work, and blah, 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 blah. I've heard everything under the sun from this is a scam to this is not going to work for me, or I didn't see results in 24 hours. Give me my money back. Whatever it could be. I've heard everything under the sun, and which is one of the reasons why it works, but it's just not a passion of mine to teach people how to do this, because it really is anyway, I'll go into that at a later date. But anyway, so she had everything under the sun that could go wrong. It took her, I want to say, about a month and a half to 2 months to even see any results. But she ended up becoming one of my star students. She was doing six figures, I believe it was within a year or a year and a half, in gross revenue on Amazon, doing Amazon dropshipping, which was awesome. Well, at the same time, she was also doing medical transcription. So not only is she running a dropshipping business, she's doing medical transcription, which is what she had been doing prior to this, and trying to juggle both to bring in income on both sides, which she was doing. And she just had this attitude of nonstop figuring out ways to make money for her family and figure out ways to ship, to do things, to reach out to different people. So she joined Russell Brunson's community, the whole ClickFunnels and funnel hacker community, and all these different other things. But that seemed to be her main thing, was joining that particular community after this. And it was interesting in my mind. I'm thinking, she's going from drop shipping to that. To me, it didn't really make sense at all. But it's funny because in reality it did, because I like my service business. I like my virtual assistant agency business. I like my consulting business, my systems and process consulting business, because I see massive results. I get to work specifically with business owners, taking them from $500,000 a year to $1 million a year, or $1 million a year to $10 million a year, helping them with systems and then getting them hooked up with virtual assistants that are specialized in systems documentation and where they can literally outsource and automate their entire business so they can live the lifestyle that they originally intended to live, if not even greater than they originally intended to live. So I like that a lot. And so it's funny because when I saw her, like I said, it didn't make sense at first, but then I started seeing that that she really likes the service type stuff, or just doing something that's not necessarily selling products on Amazon. Okay. So all that being said, she ends up utilizing her transcribing capabilities, the capabilities she already has, to fill a need for business owners that want to create books. It is a friggin' amazing service. What she ended up doing was saying to herself, well, what if I used my ability to transcribe people's voices, what they're saying, and so on, to transcribe very, very quickly, then on top of that, edit what was just transcribed so it becomes a chapter in a book. And so she created a site. So as of right now, the reason for this story is because she created a site. She had the original intent was to have one particular URL, but that URL was actually taken. I'm gonna have to figure out what that URL was. I forgot what it was. So hopefully she doesn't utilize this. If she does, I'll try and put an edit in this in some fashion or another. No, I know what it was actually. I know what it was. Okay, so one URL was going to be speakyourbook.com, but that was taken. So she decided to use a URL called fromwordstopages.com, but also was considering, through a Facebook message, she was also considering using the URL speakyourbook.co. And so she sent this private message to me and asked which should she use. Now, keep in mind, she already had me as a customer. She already had another really famous person in her community as a customer, who she had actually done a book for, and that person was just absolutely floored. I'm absolutely floored because I literally could only, I can talk like I'm talking now in this podcast about a specific topic, and it becomes a chapter in a book. I already have, I want to say 4 or 5 chapters, and it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy of how good these draft chapters are. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. I love the service. So she already has people who are interested in buying or interested in giving testimonials, interested in getting referrals, things like that. And so she reached out to me. And asked, which URL should I pick? Should I go with this speakyourbook.com? Sorry, I take that back. Speakyourbook.co, or should it be fromwordstopages.com? Well, my response, as you probably guessed, based off of the whole idea and premise behind this podcast and behind our whole community, is to just pick one and go for it. To pick one and just do it. Or pick both and split test them. See which one. See which one does better. See which one people resonate with. In fact, you can go to a place such as Microworkers and have both URLs and ask and survey everyone. In there, I think you can do everything from like 5 cents to 10 cents or whatever per opinion, and survey which one that they like better. And so the one that people like better wins out, and you go with that one. But the point is to make the decision quickly. So my response actually to her, to the actual response was, I shared with her a video by Seth Godin on shipping and how we get to this point where we're seeing success, or we're seeing that something is working, or we're seeing that we're at the point where we have to make a decision, move forward. And what happens is we get this resistance in the back of our mind. We get what he calls the lizard brain saying, no. Okay, you're going to mess up. Like if you don't pick the right URL, if you don't go and pick the right URL, you, my friend, are going to fail. And we don't want to fail. We want to protect ourselves. It's going to hurt if we fail. It's going to feel really, 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 really bad. So we want to avoid that as much as possible. So let's think on it, deliberate. Let's ask our neighbors, let's ask our friends, let's ask our mentors, let's ask our church leaders, let's ask at least a minimum of 1,000 people what they think prior to picking the URL brand that we're going to go after. Do you see what I'm getting at? Because as soon as we make a decision, that leads us toward a specific path, and we're going to get specific feedback. And our lizard brain, the resistance, does not like that. It gets fearful and scared and thinks that the whole world is going to collapse around us if we make that decision now. So not only did I share that video with her and ask what she was hearing from me, on top of that, I asked a simple question. I asked the question of, what is the name of my virtual assistant agency? The agency that is specialized in creating systems and process documentation for business owners so they can literally let go of everything in their business, except for maybe business decisions and things like that. They can literally live the lifestyle that they want. What is the name of that? And she did not come up with the answer. Why? Because prosulum.com is not a good brand. At least right now, it's not a good brand. But guess what? I get tens of thousands of dollars in revenue every month from very happy customers who refer me to other people they work with, and then they become very happy customers, and they refer me, and they become very happy customers. Every time I get on the phone with a prospect, they ask me, "How do you pronounce prosulum? What does that mean? How does that mean?" And it was literally the worst branding decision I could have ever made, and I made it back in 2009. However, does that stop me from making money with it? Does that stop me from serving clients with it? Does that stop me from growing it into a business that provides high level, high impact consulting and literally the only virtual assistants in the world who have a hugely specialized skill set? Everybody. It doesn't matter if you get a digital marketing assistant or if you get someone who's doing social media for you or design or anything. They all are specialized first and foremost in systems and process documentation so that when they're doing something, they can document it for you and you can put anybody else in that particular role, whether it's them or an intern or whomever. Does the horrible brand name that I created stop me from making money with it? No. The answer is no. The answer is no. If I would have listened to my lizard brain, which in this case, it might have been a good thing, and I could have come up with something a little bit more brandable. If I would have listened to my lizard brain, I would not be where I am now. Standing in front of my chicken coop on 20 acres in the country, 7 kids, me, entrepreneur, wife, stay-at-home mom, loving it. We just got a new dog. This morning, went to the gym early in the morning, went to Starbucks, Whole Foods, just enjoyed my day. I would not be where I am now with a beautiful, wonderful, awesome staff who manage all of my businesses if I would have lingered and spent a ton of time and literally not shipped because of my lizard brain. So why is this important? There are things right now that you are asking yourself consistently and constantly, asking yourself, "Oh, is this right? Should I go with this? Is this right? Is that right? Is what? Oh, I don't know. Is this whatever it might be? Should I get a tax license? Should I incorporate first before I do something? Should I hire 2 more employees? Should I whatever it might be? There's things where you are just lingering on something because you're afraid of the feedback that you're going to get, the results that you're going to get. We all do that. So where right now are you lingering and letting the lizard brain, letting the resistance, the lizard brain as Seth Godin calls it, Where are you letting the lizard brain stop you from making a decision? Make the decision, or at least split test the decision if you can, if it's something that is split testable. But make the decision, see what happens, and then adjust. Make the decision, see what happens, and adjust. You'll get much, much, much further in your goals and where you want to be if you make the decision and see what the results are. Quickly. Do it now. Do it now. So what's that one thing? I want you to take action on that one thing. Take action on that one decision. Do not let it linger, especially if it's out of fear. I can tell you there are fears that I have when I do these podcasts. I am afraid that people who listen to this from high school, who I have not seen in forever, for whatever reason, in the back of my mind, I get this thing where I start getting scared and thinking, oh, well, if you post this on Facebook, they're going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you. They're going to make fun of you. Don't do it, Dean. Don't ask them to like this. Don't put it on your personal timeline. They're going to laugh at you, and you shall feel very badly about it. Screw that. And when I feel that, I just do it. So what's that one thing right now that you're feeling the resistance on? You're feeling the lizard brain telling you, oh, I need to wait. We have to wait. Hold up. You have to wait, or else they're all going to laugh at you. I want you to make that decision now. Take that one thing, make the decision now, and see what the feedback is. All right. So this is freedomin5minutes.com. Sorry, Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast. You can go to freedomin5minutes.com. Get some exclusive podcast episodes, secret ones that you cannot find on iTunes. These were really, really, really good ones too. On top of that, you'll be in our community that is building up. We're going to be sending out daily emails that are like this, just things that push you and motivate you every day to make those key decisions quickly. Okay? So go to freedom5minutes.com. If you're not already subscribed to the podcast, once you go into freedom5minutes.com, there is a link to be able to subscribe on iTunes. And as the podcast grows, there's going to be links to Stitcher Radio and Spotify and all these other spots. All right. So freedomin5minutes.com. I'm Dean Soto. Co-host Marissa Soto is with the kids right now. And I will see you in the next episode.